Ammunition for this video has been provided by Browne Works Inc., manufacturer of fine custom handgun grips. If you guys are looking for very unique, very customized handgun grips for your favorite handgun, contact Mark at Browne Works Inc., link in the description below, and create something beautiful for your favorite handgun. And don't forget to tell them Wyoming Gun Project sent you. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at another AK. I love AKs. But this one is a PSA AK-101 chambered in 5.56. Let's see if it says, there you go, 5.56x45. This is the Palmetto factory mag. These actually got a really good reputation. These, not so much, although I have not had a problem with this thing so far, but let me caveat that with saying it only has about 100 rounds, I think 80 to 100 rounds through it. Not much. I shot it, I did a mag dump with a short, and then I did a little bit of shooting to test the AC Unity mags to show how to fit them if you're having issues, and not to modify the gun. It's cheaper to modify the mag, and if you screw it up you lose 10 to 15 bucks, maybe 20, instead of destroying your firearm. But this, now we are finally going to do the full review of this gun and then take it out to the range. You know, this is the tabletop part, and we're going to take it out to the range, do the live fire portion, and we're just going to see how she rolls. So let's just go over what this is. Again, it is a PSA AK-101 clone chambered in 5.56. Now 5.56 AKs are becoming very popular due to ammo shortages and stuff, and I know you're going to get some Reddit and Discord AK purists that are like, they're screeching and, you know, 5.56 bullshit and all that kind of stuff. Well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and I must say this thing is one of the flattest shooting. It's been my experience that 5.56 AKs are some of the flattest shooting AKs out there, man. They're great. So let's just take a look at this real quick. As you can see, it comes with black polymer furniture, all, you know, just the stock. This one's got the little cutout in the side, which is pretty cool. Standard black plastic grip, black plastic, you know, furniture on the front. This does have the AK-74 style muzzle brake, which is very cool. Bayonet lug. This one did come with a cleaning rod. Cast front sight, that's normal. 90-degree cast gas block with the vent holes in the gas block. Some AKs will come with no vent holes. Some will come with vent holes on the top here. Some will come with vent holes in the end of the gas tube. Some will come with vent holes in the under the gas tube. It just you know, varies widely depending on the country and the style and all this other kind of stuff. Cast rear sight tower, pretty standard. Takedown lever for the thing. You know, one thing I must say I noticed from this PSA AKs is, and I shouldn't say just PSA, American made AKs. All the imports I've ever owned, this thing is insanely hard to take off. It's been my experience that most of the American ones I own, you just slide them right off, which, you know, I tend to go in there and bend them over a little bit because I like them to be very secure, because you could take them off using the carrier. Safety is not cut out to be for a whole back notch. It's got 3 positions. Of course, they're all semi-auto. It has the extended safety with the big shelf right there on it. Standard mag release. All the rivets look pretty good as far as rivets go. I don't see any cockeyed ones or you know, out of spec or canted or any of that on the rivets. On the face of them, they all look pretty good. I know some people will be like, rivets, it's not riveted properly. Listen, I don't know about all that. Okay, I don't get into all the weeds on that. I have seen deformed rivet heads before, and ones that you can see space under and they're cockeyed, or the rivet heads flattened out and it's not supposed to be. These all look fine. Even the ones on the trigger guard are all nice and rounded. So I don't see any problem with that. The little indentions for the magazine there. Standard dust cover, non-ribbed. Let me flip this sucker over so we can take a look at it on this side. Optics rail on the side, that's cool. The XY reinforcement on the receiver. Again, another little cool touch. Not that it's necessary, but sling swivel up front right here. Sling swivel on this side out back. It does have, but it did not come with, let's see if I can get it to, there you go. Comes with a little cleaning door to put your cleaning kit in the buttstock. Yeah, it's pretty much an American clone. Let me turn it back over again. An American clone made by PSA of a Russian modernized AK-101. This is a forged trunnion, by the way, made by Toolcraft, along with the bolt and the carrier and all that other kind of stuff. All this stuff is forged. Let's see how the magazine that came with the rifle sits in there. If there's not a lot of movement, it's pretty tight in there. Again, this is, PSA has a mixed reputation on their AK lines, so we're going to take it out and see if this one's a good one or if we have some issues with it. I did not pay a lot for this, considering what AKs and stuff are going for and considering what I paid for my PSA AK-74. This was about half the price. I want to say I paid about $660 for this. And this is not, if there's some type of manual reviewer watching this, I'm not selling guns. This is not selling this. But that's what I paid for it. And we're going to see if we get our money's worth. You know what? Let's take this American-made PSA AK out to the range and just see how it shoots. Live fire portion of this review, we have our PSA AK-101. We have some Armscore 223. In the factory supplied magazine. We're going to see if it shoots 223. Got a couple different types of ammo, got a couple different types of mags. Got the factory one, a WBP mag, and an AC Unity mag. We're just going to see, it's my experience that 5.56 AKs have, they're real picky on mags and stuff like that. So we're going to see if that's the case. And we're just going to fire this bad boy up, man. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know if that's a mag issue or an extractor issue or something. Okay, well, there we go. There's a first. This mag is. Oh, yeah, no, that casing was stuck like Chuck in there, man. Did I get hit with the curse of the PSA? Let's see. Let me discard this round, as it looks like the projectile was pushed back in. Let's try it again. Okay. Now I have, oh, it's hot shit. I did a recoil comparison video with this against AK-74. Before that, it had 100 some odd rounds. So we're probably up at this point and just shooting around, probably up to 200 rounds, close to 200 rounds in this gun. And I haven't had any issues. There it is right there on some 223. Let's see if it continues, if we can finish this mag. Okay, now, this is the first time, now the other one was stuck. I don't know what that has anything to do with the mag, but this is the first time
I have used this mag. I have seen certain guns malfunction because of the magazine. Oh, what the hell? Oh shit, there's a... Look at this. That's like a death jam. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? There is a casing. Let's see if we can take it apart right here. Oh, this sucker's hot. There you go. There you go. Look at that. There's a casing stuck right there. Look at that shit. You know what? Let's try some 223 in the AC Unity mag and see what happens. Then we'll go back to the factory mag and see if it has something to do with the mags. Because so far I haven't had any issues with the PSA factory mag. So let's try that. Let's see what, and it might be a whole nother issue. Okay folks, we got some of the same arms core, 55 grain 223 in an AC Unity mag. Let's see if that changes anything. Now it could be the gun. I'm just trying to troubleshoot and see if it's anything else it could be, because like I said, I have never had any problems with the factory mag. So let's just see if the AC Unity mag gives us trouble. No trouble there so far. Let's try the factory mag again. Okay folks, we are back to the factory mag with some arms core in it. Let's see how this sucker runs. Okay, so far we've only had problems, it looks like, with the WBP mag. Let's try some 5.56. We've been shooting 223. Let's try some 5.56. All right, so we have some 5.56. As you can see, the necks are annealed. This is 55 grain 5.56 in the factory mag. Again, I never really came out and tried those mags. It was the first time. It looks like, I don't know, the WBP looks like it might not work very well. But we're going to see. This is the factory Palmetto mag with some 55 grain 5.56. Okay, what was that about? That was click, no bang. Let's see if I can, on camera, click, no bang. That's a pretty good primer hit on there. I don't know if that's the ammo or the gun. Let's see. So yeah, we got some type of issue there. Let's see if... Okay, and that was with the factory mag. Okay, so it's like hanging up right there, but if you can still, but it's, look at how it's hanging up. But I could still get, it's hanging up. I gotta go forward, hanging up. And then there's the round. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. So that's the factory mag with 5.56. And look at this round. It's denting the crap out of that round. I wonder if the bolt is coming back, denting this round, and then when it tries to feed it, I lost that case of that one. Then when it tries to feed it, it's out of spec. Oh, look at this one. Well, that was the one that was stuck in there, dented up right there. Huh. Okay. Okay. let's keep trying with 5.56. What? I mean, this is a 5.56 gun. It says caliber 5.56 by 45mm. Again, I've never had any problems out of this factory mag, and now seems like some problems. Huh, very strange. Okay, that time it ran. That time it ran just fine. I don't know, let's see if let's do a little bit more testing. Let's shoot some 223 again. Okay, folks, we're back to the Armscore 223 in the factory supplied mag. We had to let the rifle cool down a bit. It, like, I don't know if you can see that right there. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. There's like grease leaking out right there or something. So it was really hot. Yeah, it's cool now. We need to let it cool down. We're just gonna see if the 223 works. Okay, so far it seems like 223 in these mags work. I got some more 5.56. Let's see if 5.56. Trying to narrow down the problems. What do we have? Issues with the WBP mag with 223. So far it seems like with this mag and the AC Unity maybe in 223 it seems okay. But I gotta wipe that like oil or grease off there. I don't know. I still can't see in the camera if it's coming through, but it's gross. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to, we're going to try some 5.56 again. But why would it have issues with 5.56? I mean, I know 5.56 is, I know they headspace these really tight. And if they used, like, let's say a 223 headspace gauge or even smaller for 5.56, it could not, if there's any rounds that are slightly out of spec or whatever, it might not work in this. Or I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, guys. Let me know if you know stuff. But let's test some 5.56 in the WBP mag. Okay, folks. So WBP mag actually got. I'm going to finish off this last 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 rounds of 223 in the WBP mag. It seems to go in just fine. Oh, look. No. Tried to, yeah, I don't know what the heck that was all about. So, it doesn't like this WBP mag, it seems like. Let's put this aim on the AC Unity mag and see if it works. Okay, folks, we took the remaining, I don't know what it is, 8, 9 rounds, something like that. Put them in the AC Unity mag. Let's see if it works. We'll see. Yep, so it seems to work. The WBP seems to fit in there really nice, but I don't know what, seems like some kind of angle of feeding or something. I don't know. Let's put some 5.56 in this mag and test it out. Okay, here we go. AC Unity mag with some of the Armscore 223, actually, 223. And again, you know what? Armscore 223 is not the best either, but it seems to be working really well in this rifle. And a little bit of tool I had, maybe in future tests, if we start figuring out what's going on with this thing. It seems, I've only shot like Tula and this, 223 out of it, and it seems to work just fine with that factory mag. But let's test the AC Unity mag. All right, folks, final thoughts on the PSA AK-101. Well, I don't think I can give the final thoughts on it right now because it still has some issues that I think need working out. If you could see, it is, I don't know if you can see it, it's leaking oil from there. It's leaking oil from all kinds of places, man. The up front here, still grease or whatever's coming out from under the front sight. So in this video, we're going to keep testing. I think we're upwards of probably 250 rounds to this gun. And in the 250 rounds, it seems to prefer 223. Now I've shot Tula and Armscore 223 out of this with the factory supplied mag and the AC Unity mag, and it doesn't seem to have any issues with that. It does seem to have issues with the WBP mag. Also though, shot 5.56 out of it, and it's had, you know, cases stuck in the chamber, failure to extract. It's had issues with 5.56. And I wonder why that is. So we're going to continue. We're going to continue the testing on this gun and see if we can get more data. We're going to keep it, we're going to pay attention to, like I said, we're at the 250. Pay attention to round count. And I planned on ordering some more PSA mags because the PSA 5.56 mags are actually pretty darn good. They seem to work in other guns just fine. So I was actually going to order a few more of these, and I have another AC Unity mag that I could bring out and see if it works. But final thoughts on build quality, fit, finish, all that kind of stuff's pretty good, as you saw in the tabletop. No issues with that. Safety is, again, fine. I didn't have to retension that. Some of these issues, though, we're going to do some more testing before I give final thoughts on this. And we'll see if the actual curse of the PSA happened and this has to go back, or if it will, it shouldn't just have to stick to 223, because again, it says 5.56 on here. So we'll see. There it is, guys. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.